The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the Stoner Jesus Show podcast. Recorded live from the Stoner Jesus Studio Complex in Stoner Heaven. My name is St. Peter. And now for the host of the show, the savior of the weed, Stoner Jesus.
Fuck yeah. Stoner Jesus Show podcast, recorded live on November 18th, 2015. Welcome to everyone listening live and on podcast. We're on Cannabis Radio on Spreaker, the Spreaker radio app if you're listening live. We're also in the chat room on stonerjesus.net. Let's go up in the little second menu bar. Bam, it's right there. Stoner Jesus chat room. Joe Destruction chilling with us early on. A lot of big stuff to get to tonight. I am on Twitter at StonerJesus420. Tweet me a link to the show whenever, wherever, and however you're listening, and you will get a retweet. Up over 138,000 on that bitch. That's right, ballin', Twitter ballin', baller status, whatever. If you want to email the show, StonerJesus420 at gmail.com. You can interact with us that way, through the chat room, through Twitter, on Facebook, whatever. Links to all my social media networks and sites and crap is on stonerjesus.net. If you're on Facebook, make sure you search Disciples of Stoner Jesus on Facebook. And join our group for the show. Post about the show, funny stories, memes, whatever. Disciples of Stoner Jesus on Facebook. In studio tonight we have Dank Raven 420.
Woo!
You can go follow her on the Twitter as well. All us motherfuckers are on Twitter. So go check it out. Tonight, St. Peter, I don't know where St. Peter is right now. He still owes me a lot of money. So far he's paid me $62.08 at last count. I'm not expecting much tonight. But altogether he owes me $240. We're going to have problems until that's dealt with. And an outstanding debt St. Peter needs to pay.
It's crazy shit, man.
We also have a new parody song. Unfortunately, I cannot play the parody song on the show. I'll explain that in a minute. If you want to get the parody song, go to my SoundCloud. Go to soundcloud.com. Search Stoner Jesus 420. Bam, you'll find it. It's Charlie Sheen has HIV, set to the tune of the Beatles' Let It Be. And it pretty much writes itself. I put the links all over Twitter and Facebook and the
That's
Disciples of Stoner Jesus group on Facebook. If you want to go right to it, SoundCloud, just search Stoner Jesus 420, and you'll find it. The reason I can't play it is because of the music. It's the karaoke version of Let It Be. And for copyright reasons, I cannot play that. Now, I know a lot of you were wondering, how did that come about? Because I used to on the show, I used to play anything. I play fucking clips from TV, movies, whatever. But I made a conscious decision when I moved to CannabisRadio.com that one of the prices to pay to get on the iHeartRadio app, which is very big, there's really no device you can't get the iHeartRadio app on, which is whether it's a cell phone, a tablet. Of course, you can get it online at iHeart.com. Just search Stoner Jesus. Same thing on the app. Just search Stoner Jesus or search Cannabis Radio and find all of the Cannabis Radio shows. Same thing with iTunes. But the iHeartRadio app specifically, they have no tolerance for the copyrighted material. So, all the music we play is approved music that we have ownership to, like my opening and things like that. Of course, the theme song I have permissions for from Dank Raven 420. So that's very easy if they need any proof of what's going on. And there's been some issues with the copyright, and some things have had to go by the wayside, like playing parody songs and such because of the music behind them. But it's not going to stop me from doing it. Obviously, when Charlie Sheen came out with HIV, I thought, hey, that's a pretty good idea for a parody song, and I thought of Let It Be. And like I said, 45 minutes later, the song was written and recorded and put together, and bam, there it is on SoundCloud. Search Stoner Jesus 420. Now, overall, it really doesn't take away much from the show. As I said, I can always put shit on SoundCloud or YouTube or wherever the fuck I want. I just can't feed it to iHeartRadio. And the trade-off is fine with me because we get a lot of exposure on iHeart. Like I said, there's no device that's not on. New TV, new smart TVs, new cars, any kind of mobile device you can think of has the iHeartRadio app or the ability. I think all Androids come with it on the phone. I'm not sure. I know a lot of phones come with iHeartRadio, and any app place you can get it from if you want it, go fucking do it. And share us on there and on thumbs up and all that shit. Same thing with iTunes. Rate the show with the comments and all that crap, man. And listen to us on all platforms. Listen to the same show 5 different times on 5 different platforms. It's really what I'm asking you of you guys. Listen to each episode 5 times all the way through. I don't think that's too much to ask. Now you're busy with work and kids and shit. Fuck that. Listen to my show 5 times. It's only a lousy fucking 5 hours. The fuck are you going to do with that 5 hours anyway? Jerk off?
Exactly.
Sleep? Fuck that.
Smoke weed?
Smoke weed for 5 hours? Luckily, you can do that and listen to the show.
That's awesome. And you can jerk off and listen to the show if that's
Absolutely.
your thing.
And I'm sure by the 3rd or 4th time through, you're wanting to smoke weed and jerk off at the same time. Anything just to stop this shit. So anyway, we're on iHeart. That's why no copyrighted music, for those of you who are wondering. I've mentioned it a few times before, and I never really fully explained it. But that is the reason that a lot of things have changed on the show. But obviously the core of the show and all of that is still there, including we're going to have new segments coming up. Unfortunately, we're only able to do one movie trailer reviews segment because that was, of course, copyrighted shit too, movies. I thought that was going to be a very popular segment on the show. But alas, it had to die. We do have new segments coming, as I said. I'm not going to mention any of them here because I don't want anybody stealing my shit. It's very important, top secret stuff we're going to be bringing to you, including we're going to start using the Twitter poll. There's a new function on Twitter where you can just put a poll right up on Twitter, and people can vote. And there's been a segment I've wanted to do for a long time, but I never really thought of a way to do it. But I think the Twitter poll will facilitate that. And that's all I'm going to say. You want to know more? Too fucking bad. Stay tuned to future episodes. Joe Destruction just got done jerking off in the chat room. See? It can be done. Joe does it all the time.
20 times a show.
That's right.
How his penis stands it, I
It's
don't know.
no problem. Stamina. Anyway.
It's got to hurt after a while.
Go find the new parody song on SoundCloud. Search Stoner Jesus 420. St. Peter is out, supposedly making money. I don't know. He's supposed to be here soon. Not that it matters. Not that I care. Before we go to the break, fantasy football update. As you may know, I do this every week now. Before the football season started, the NFL season, dark_dank_lucha on Twitter came to me and said, we should do a fantasy football league. And I said, well, I suck at fantasy football. I'm never any good at it, although I should be because I know about football, but it doesn't matter. But I told him if he makes it, I would participate and I would promote it, which I did. We got 10 teams, and it's fine with me. I get a segment out of it every week. The problem has become is a humiliating segment every week. Been following, and it's called Stoner Jesus Fantasy Football. So it's my league. Even though Lando, who's Dark Tank Lucha on Twitter, he has a team. I saw he lost this week, so there you go. But no one is losing quite as much as me. Let's go to the scores. Tom Brady Deflation School beat Disco Stew 49-46. Disco Stew is a paltry 2-8 for his record. He's tied for worst record in the league with one other team. I'll give you 3 guesses what that fucking team is. Team Adams beat Team Colaruatola. Well, this was a slaughter, 76-25. The aforementioned Lando lost 96-88 to Dez Caught It. Of course, Dez Caught It is not to be confused with Dez Didn't Catch It. They also won 100-74 over Dank Memes. Which brings up my matchup with the MTPG 40 Turtles. Our old friend MTPG participating. Whooping my ass 85-49. Making me 2-8. Myself and Disco Stew, who beat me earlier this year, I remember that. So he probably gets a tiebreaker. So I reside in last place. As is a tradition, let's go to the scoreboard and see who fucked up. Matt Forte didn't end up playing. That fucking screwed me. 0 points there. Everybody else sucked. Vincent Jackson and Kendall Wright, I guess they ended up playing either. That's some bullshit. Both 0 points. Martellus Bennett, 1 point. Marcus Colson, 2 points. Giovanni Bernard from the Bengals got 7. My Steelers defense got 15 points. Kicker got 2. The only bright spot in my entire fucking team, quarterback Cam Newton from the Carolina Panthers, got 22 points. He's having a hell of a year. He's really the only reason. He gets like half of my points every week. He's the only one doing anything. MTPG improves to an 8-2 record. Let's see if I was better at fantasy football and was doing better and just got done beating MTPG. This is where the trash talking would ensue. You don't trash talk shit when you're 2-8.
Oh my God.
2-8. I've lost 6 in a row. I'm 0-4 at home. How they designate home games and away games, I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter. It's bad. I'm in last place of the Sativa division. Well, of course, Disco Stew is in last place of the Indica division. It's bad. It's bad. Well, 6 straight losses. At one point, I was 2-2. I was feeling pretty good about myself. What was going on? Not anymore.
That was a while ago, right?
Now I'm 2-8. It was 6 weeks ago. MTPG has the best record at 8-2. Tom Brady Deflation School and Dez Caught It are at 7-3. Poor Stoner Jesus languishes in last place. The butt of all the jokes of the league, the poster child for the shittiness of fantasy football and participating in fantasy football. But, there it is. Man. The Dodd Man podcast joining us on Spreaker, along with the aforementioned Joe Destruction. So, anyway, that's your fucking fantasy football update. So glad I did that. It's been a real ego boost for me. Coming up, we got all kinds of shit, Stoner Jesus pickup lines, an Antichrist update as well. St. Peter's supposed to be here to give me some money. Hopefully that'll happen.
You really think so?
After the break. It's starting to trickle. Started off kind of good, but I think he's had to compromise on his set prices of $10 for hand stuff and $20 for mouth stuff.
Is he actually making money as a whore?
He's brought me $62.08, which per hour that he's been doing it is very bad. Very poor showing.
Some desperate.